Welcome back to my channel. Review if men are symbolic for men. What is the greatest power they can achieve? And if you believe that a man's true strength lies in his muscles, role, or a huge amount of wealth. So think again, because the ultimate power source, it doesn't come from the gym, or the numbers on your bank account. It flows from his family's blood. From the people he vowed to love for a lifetime. Who made him ready to defend his bread? Last, a man loves nest. Warmth will be the pillar of social responsibility. But if it's society that robs him of his wife and children, this is also take away his happiness and his motivation. Will he fall apart? Or turn the pain away? It became a fire of vengeance that consumed everything. And that's the man's journey. In our movie today, standing between the thin line between good and evil, will he become a monster out of hatred? Or using the power of compassion to fight evil? It's not long. More, please join the king to review the film now. The man's name is Gabby. You're an enthusiastic firefighter and highly responsible. At work, you always volunteer, paving the way to the most dangerous places, save the lives of people trapped in the flames. Gordy is the ideal citizen of every family. You have a noble and stable job, have a complete and happy home, beautiful wife, and good family harmony. Just think, you are the luckiest man in the world. But no, God doesn't give anything and life is a mess. Fate is always cruel. In just one short day, tragedy take away all the most beautiful things. On that fateful day, after work he took the task to pick up his wife and children. There's no parking, so you have to park near the embassy. The police showed up. I thought this guy didn't give you beans. I even negotiated with him for a while. Your wife and children were right across the street when they both saw each other, still smiling, beckoning. Then suddenly the fateful explosion happened. The people on that side are in this situation, the same danger. Even my wife is panicking. You're like flying. In the middle of the road, he was hit by a car. Very fast police and firefighters were quickly on the scene. From what police officers say to each other. Let's find out before the explosion. There's a policeman. Suspicious people just hand out flyers and look around. As soon as the convoy arrived, the explosion was triggered. So be sure, the explosion was aimed at a senior Colombian official and the American intelligence community. After the explosion, 9 people were killed. There is a wife and children in it. Tragedy fell from the sky, like lightning in the clear sky. Take away all the luck, the happiness of a man. A family of 3 front builders still smiling. Seconds later, yin and yang separated. The car crash was quite strong. The dog was also taken to the emergency room. Losing your wife is a shock. It's a big 7 in my life. You are in pain remembering your loved ones. Until my best friend came and talked about it. There is a suspicious police officer present. School of intuition. Tell it to Gordy. I know the police officer you've had a problem with. So Gordy sat up. I didn't care about my injuries and left the hospital. You go straight to FBI headquarters. Help them identify the impersonator of the police who bombed. From inside, we know his name is Claudio Barini. A crazy terrorist with goodbye, the Colombian Wolf. Because Colombia's war on crime isn't over. The United States is still helping. That's why the Wolf formed a guerrilla group hiding in the forest. The bombing threatened the United States to withdraw. While waiting, FBI team leads the army to capture the Wolf to return the package price. Go to a funeral for your wife. I also feel sorry for you. But no one understands the pain that you're suffering. The man's pain is you. We can save hundreds of biofilms. But I couldn't save my wife, right in front of my eyes. Then one day I was in a bad mood. I saw a video of the Wolf on television. He said the Los Angeles bombing was an act of self-defense. Until the United States withdraws from Colombia. Then he'll carry the war to the United States. Gordy was even more upset when he heard that an American federal official. He said the people who died in the bombing. It's a small, unplanned 7. That's Rua. If you don't hit us, you won't hurt. Gordy carries the anger. Go straight to the TV station, in a rage. You smashed it all with a baseball bat. If you hit and scream, it will hurt 7. Then let me break it down to 7. Soon the police were there. They have to use a taser to control you. He was taken to FBI headquarters. Considering that you've lost both your wife and your child, the spirit is not stable, so you're not criminally charged. Then I went home and called Ben, the person in charge of the bombing this time. I want to get the news about the Wolf hunt. And you're known. The authorities have halted their pursuit of him, and they're planning a withdrawal from Colombia to negotiate with the guerrillas. This makes the gods go 7 overflowing. I decided not to rely on the government anymore. That will investigate the clues themselves. I will avenge myself for my wife and children. He also received help from a military advisor, Colombia, that best friend introduced him. She's still teaching him how to cross the border into Colombia without a passport. But to find out where the terrorists are hiding, you have to rely on your own strength. Everybody thinks Gordy's going to hell himself. Only you know, you are on the path of great vengeance. The next day, Gordy crossed the forest to Valencia. Keep walking, 320 more trees to the guerrilla zone. It's near Mompos. Sending is not trusted by locals. It's easy to be kidnapped by them. If you want to move, you have to go by bus. It's a little long and inconvenient, but in the middle of the road, the car suddenly stopped because there's a guerrilla checkpoint ahead. We can distinguish between indigenous people, local, and foreigners. Who are foreigners? They will all be buried by the guerrillas. Gordon's love affair with a bunch of successful people ran away, but they soon discovered it. They're chasing Sao in the back. People who didn't make it were shocked. Gordon had to act now. He suddenly appeared kicking a guy down the cliff and saved 3 people, so the guerrillas ignored the civilians. They are all targeting you and chasing you. Heel, hands not attached to the rope, slide down the dirt road. You were stopped by 2 guerrilla groups. There's no escape. I risked jumping into the stream to escape, but because the current is so strong, I couldn't swim to the shore. That swept down a waterfall hundreds of meters away. The robbers stood on the shore watching it all. They're sure you went to see Pluto. They don't know you have a big grudge. If you don't pay, you can't die. Of course, the big network is not dead. Swim to safety on your own. Something, the information that you crossed the border into Colombia was transferred to the FBI, however, isn't worried about your safety. Afraid you'll destroy it. Negotiations between the United States and the guerrillas also provided all of Gopi's information to the vault. He immediately ordered his men. You have to catch Gopi before the police intervened. Volv, he plans to use Gopi as a hostage to intimidate the government. The United States, meanwhile, call, get on the boat, get to the port of Mumps. This place is not strictly controlled, but to go upriver, you need a guerrilla passport. I have no other way. In addition to going to the market to interrogate the middleman, unfortunately, you were discovered by a man. He realized you were being hunted, so run and tell the police. Gordy meets to mother and daughter Perini. Was bullied by 2 thugs. The righteous blood rises. He immediately protected them behind his back, but it's also because of this remarkable act of yours that got the attention of the guerrillas around there. They're ready to take you alive. But soon the police arrived. They subdued the guerrillas with guns and captured them all. They all went to the station. They're all locked in iron. He's alone in a cage. Colombian police know you're here for revenge, so they don't make it hard for you. I just advise you not to crash into death. It's dark outside. Take this opportunity. The guerrillas drew near the police station. While the police are still watching football, a missile was launched directly at the station. And then there's a series of homemade cannons with force. Major damage. Turned the scene. Close to the sea of fire. They broke through the door and stormed into the station. The police and the guerrillas. There was a violent conflict. A rain of bullets flying through space. The fire was burning everywhere. It seems that this attack, the guerrillas were very well prepared. So very quickly they overwhelmed the police. And then they go inside, rescuing his teammates. Call now. I just saw the vault. He stole my wife and children. You're so close to this motherfucker. Let the fire of vengeance. You're at the highest level ever. The chaotic scene and the fire that made the vault. Can't find the corner. I took this opportunity to grab a guerrilla. Easily knocked him down to steal the cutter. His iron, you quickly get out. Then rescue the others before they are consumed by fire. Coincidence instead. One of them was an electrician or fix the machine by the hour. The guerrilla he gave Gopi passports to where the guerrillas are stationed. After you both got out, Gogi, give all the money to the electrician to pay for saving lives. This person is also for Gogi, the shortest way upriver, where the terrorists are hiding. The next morning, I took a boat deep into the forest. It's a very dark place, with dead bodies everywhere. These people are just people living in the forest, but the guerrillas think they're helping the army, so they gave them the death penalty. After 2 hours of sailing, he reached the Magdalena River. This is the border of the guerrilla zone. Immediately, the patrol boat of it. The guerrillas appeared. Fortunately, the package had a passport. It's safe to stay alive. Now, your job is to fix it. Electricity for the guerrillas. So this bunch of dirt heads personally take you to your camp. The supervisor found out you're not an old electrician, so I'm a little suspicious. Pack away. The old man was very ill, so he went instead. If you don't believe, I thought you were leaving. From fixing the engines, letting their machines die. Being angry is not like lying, so they let you through. To the inside, it's a bit of a shock because this is a small world. There's the army and the people. The army is the guerrilla. The ideal of these people is, we need to get all US troops out of Colombia. Stop the war and restore peace. There was a young man with a mind who kept talking. Drive to the repair site. You have to cover your head. Not to remember the way. The machine shop is actually their flour factory. After being delivered to a broken generator, Gogi does not know how to fix but still appears normal. I carefully look around. Hand is repairing the machine, but actually they're making explosives. Who expected it at the moment? The Volv who discovered the Gogi has infiltrated his barracks. He was a little angry at the supervisor by dropping venomous snakes down this person's throat. The same American proverbs in the ear. Don't blame me. If you want peace, you can't. Errors and confusion. Then he sent someone to find the root. I'm very natural and calm right now. In their weapon pockets. Take a grenade. And finally, drop the explosive into the bulb. They waited until evening for the guerrillas to rush to the repair site. Gordon can smell it. It is not good to leave the book. Only poor grandpa you have the mindset. Many have to stay guilty. Until Gordon's bomb explodes. Burn down the flour mill. The dog. I knew I had brought a foreigner into the camp. But for the guerrillas, mistake is not sorry. The mistake is being fed candy. Hide under the car. I feel so guilty. Looking at my brother talking a lot. Just end your life. The flour mill should be their skin. It was burned. And the guerrillas accidentally let the gods go. To hitch a ride. It's a straight line to the Volv's house. The commander said the Volv, let your troops out of here immediately. Because he was afraid Gordon would get in. The CIA can also get in. And Gordon's getting closer and closer to his enemy. The grenade I prepared for you, you son of a bitch. This grenade is small. But substance, the explosion that you made, raw, is not trivial. The Volv is desperately trying to deal with you. And you slipped underneath. Run as far as you can. I can't believe you're seeing Taparini right now. I remember my wife and kids being blown up. I can't wait to see too. My innocent mother fell into the same tragedy. It was because of your warning that the Volv jumped out the window. Escape in narrowly. The explosion wiped out the entire house. Gordy fell into the hands of the Volv. I have a mixed mouth. If there is no Parini, please help. Then maybe you're dead. As the Volv intended. Gordy has become their prisoner. For saving lives. Parini was there to heal my wounds. I know you are the Volv's wife. You have no power in this camp. You are completely under the control of your husband. The Volv knew Gordy came here to avenge his wife and children. But he thought, my wife and son sacrificed for the freedom of the Colombian guerrillas. Talk about my wife. You've touched my sensitive nerve. Go get the Volv. Then throw him at the boys. And then continue to clench his neck. I don't care if his brothers keep going. Put a gun to you. Heels turn over. Turn to numbers with the guy who's constantly insulting. Guns at me? Finally, after biting off the other guy's ear, you just gave up. When I woke up, I saw two wolves fighting. Your wife wants to let you go, while the Volv wants to hold you hostage. Or at least collect the American money. Exactly what the guerrillas were afraid of. Inspector Ben and the FBI through the route that the hills go moving. We've identified the guerrilla base. They decided to come up with a plan to rescue Gopi. Meanwhile, at the camp, Barini went back to Gopi. I apologize on behalf of my husband for the death of his wife. Before that, the Volv was a good man. But because of the military, the US bombed the village where the couple lived. Your oldest daughter lost her life. Since then, her husband has joined the guerrilla army. The current son is adopted by his wife. The US military sent a helicopter to rescue Gopi. And Gopi convinced Parini and her mother. Let's leave this dangerous camp with you. The guerrillas saw the helicopter and fired. The army also countered with a series of large guns. This prevented the guerrillas from returning. This visit by the US military. Saving people is helping. The fight against the guerrillas is the battle of chaos. The people in the barracks gathered in one place. No one noticed that the three contributors ran into the jungle. The intense attack of the United States Air Force decided to level the guerrilla base. Anyone who tries to stay is killed. Just in a minute, scouts on the ground searched for Gao. Let no gorilla be able to escape. Meanwhile, my god and my mother and Perini unfortunately ran into the minefield. You have to use tools to destroy the bomb, but the explosion caught the scouts' attention. 3 people had to hide behind the tree. When the scouts are close to checking in, I don't know if it's the enemy or me. So God goes and fights a man. As the 2 sides wrestle in the minefield, the soldier had the bad luck to step on the bomb. The body was blown up by a bomb. Just as the rest of the soldiers were about to shoot. 3 people contribute. Inspector Ben showed up in time to prevent casualties. They seem to have destroyed all the terrorists. Who suspects Perini said her husband went to Washington? Prepare for a new bombing. This made Inspector Ben. There is fatigue on the face. The Wolf also came to Washington. Into a guy house. Put a VA of dynamite near the trash. He quickly left. Even though Perini and I are relatives of the terrorist. But thanks to the guarantee of the Govdi that they were taken to the Washington State Department, Perini knows exactly where her husband will place the bomb. So you can help the US government stop this bombing. Through the guy house pictures, where there's a lot of people passing by, people watch the camera again. I saw the Wolf carrying according to AV Lee placed in the main hall, and he drove his motorcycle into the tunnel and escaped. Lost Form received command. The virgins, police officers, and dogs immediately headed to the GA house when they're trying to find the VA case. The bomb is about to explode. I can't believe the suitcase was picked up by an old man, discovered and carried away. He took it to the toilet. You can easily use a knife to open the lock. Inside the empty suitcase, on this side, Gordy, Perini's starting to make a strange appearance. She can't sit still with morning fever. When you are talking, you suddenly want to go to the bathroom, but the boy didn't want to go with her. When you see that, you sign a warning. After a while, I couldn't move the boy. She had to leave alone. And that's what makes this god so suspicious. Realize there are bad signs. I looked up at the picture of the Wolf. I remembered it in his video. He does hand gestures, just like Perini did to intimidate her son. It was only then that Gordy realized Perini is the one who holds the bomb. When you ran to the bathroom to find her, I saw the detective's body destroyed by Perini. Before the gods catch up, she's in the elevator hiding. The mastermind behind the bombing was Perini. She's distracting everyone. The bomb wasn't in the Wolf's VA. It's in her son's toy dinosaur. Gordon, quickly return to the VA Lee through broken glass. You just threw the dinosaur out. The bomb also exploded, even though the entire diplomatic room is on fire, but everyone's been hiding. No one is dangerous. Life will not let Perini escape. The goatee with the iron rod ran out the elevator door. The situation is urgent, so you take off your belt. Wrap up in the cable so I can slide down. Perini heard a noise above. He shot down the elevator floor and jumped off. As soon as the corner goes free, hands fall freely into the elevator. Perini escaped through the escape route. She ran off into the basement and reunited with her husband. The Wolf had been waiting for her. It seems as if their plan has gone awry. Now just run away. Who thought the heel was higher? I ran back to the security room, pressed the button to close all the iron doors. The terrorist's wife was swallowed up. See, all the way out. They had to go back to the security room to open the door, but the walking angle is one step ahead of them. He took the hammer to bang the GA pipe. If they dare to come here, they will die. Of course, when they come back, I saw Gordon standing in front of me. Faster than the brain, pull out the gun. So you're caught in my trap. This shot combines with the gas that's leaking the flame. Make a big explosion. Both after the explosion were presumed dead. Who suspects? Gordy had just come out and was attacked by Perini. With the Wolf coming, Gordy grabs neck Perini and throws Joe into the board. And she was jerked to death. I can't wait to see the Wolf's wife. Fuck on the heels. He had no time to detonate another bomb while he was on the phone. Heel to throw hammer banging back into the chest. Make him die fresh. And so you didn't just pay your blood debt. It's also saved the lives of a lot of high-ranking officials. The government called him a hero of the country. He later adopted the orphan. They both lost loved ones and became each other's rock. From a man mired in grief over the loss of his wife and children, he's now a hero of the country. So in everyone's life, AI will also experience an event and suffering. Birds wallowing in the swamp, or get out and get up. It's all about your choice. Perini was the key card of the explosion. It's no surprise. A mother lost her daughter. Can you do it without pain? This pain is greater than the Wolf's hatred. So they're spouses. That's how you set such a trap. 7 unexpected damage. Describe clearly the crimes of war. I want to say two things through the movie. The first is when the war happens. The two righteous villains, they all suffer pain and loss. War pushing people into the boundaries of hate and death. So now, we live in a peaceful country. Be grateful and embrace the present. The second is the limit of a man. It was the wife he loved, and the child they gave birth to. So don't ever challenge the limits of a man, especially a gentle and responsible man, because the gentler they are, the more terrifying they get when they're angry. Scary than anything else. Today's movie is over. If you like it, give us a like. And don't forget to sign up channel to watch reviews. It's our next one. See you again.